Andrew Berry might be a little hesitant to spend a lot of money on a wide receiver in free agency. And if you look at this list, this might be why. So these are wide receivers to get $30 million in a new team with a new team in free agency from 2016 to 2023. And when you look at these names, Marvin Jones, Sanu, Garcon, Woods, Jackson, Kenny Britt, who can forget Kenny Britt? Watkins, Robinson, Richardson, Williams, Golden Tate. You keep going down the list, and none of them have really panned. Kenny Golladay, 4 years, $72 million. Corey Davis, 3 years, $37 million. Kirk was okay. Robinson, Gage, Valdez-Scantling, Lazard. Myers was okay with the Raiders. But when you look at that list, there is pause to, there's reason to concern with giving money to free agent wide receivers.
Yeah, there certainly is. And I think that's because when teams have a legitimate number one stud, they don't let him go. So if you're out there, you've probably been a number two and you're trying to make that jump to number one. Maybe you just had one big year, whatever the case may be. So I think that's part of the reason Andrew Berry would be hesitant to go after a big money free agent receiver. I think the other reason is, I expect Amari Cooper to come back, and that's a $20 million salary for Cooper. And I just don't think the Browns believe in paying two receivers big time money. Now, I'm sure there's exceptions to that rule, and if the right guy became available, they would consider it. But I kind of feel like, okay, they think they have one guy and then complementary pieces, whether that's Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman, a guy they draft, and I think they'll sign a free agent. I just don't think it'll be a big money guy. And then you add, tight end into that mix as well. So yeah, I get it, and I know those names are attractive, right? T. Higgins, I know he's franchise tagged, but T. Higgins or Calvin Ridley or Mike Evans, but I'm not sure Browns fans should get their hopes up.
Yeah, and the other thing is it's so the dynamic between a wide receiver, a quarterback, and the offensive system. I think that's the other thing that we overlook in this. Just because a guy can play well in, Green Bay, doesn't mean he's going to be able to play well in Kansas City. It's a different quarterback, a different system.
Yeah, that's a great point. You have egos involved. You have the chemistry with the quarterback, with the coach, the play caller, like you mentioned. So all of that goes into it. And even, you look at, I think Amari Cooper's transition was pretty seamless, right? And he worked with Jacoby Brissett, and they figured it out right away. But even Elijah Moore, right? There were growing pains with Elijah Moore, and you'll get to the end of the year and you go, his numbers were fine. And I think there's hope that he will be better from the organization, that he'll be better in 2024. But it takes a while. It just does at that spot.